Here we are, the month when Arknights Enfield actually releases. I'm sure a lot of people will take a look at Arknights Enfield and wonder, what the hell is this game about? Don't worry, my name is Dr. Paranoid and I've selected for you what I feel are the most recurring questions about the game. Let's start off. Is Arknights Enfield a quote-unquote Genshin clone? Kinda? If your definition of Genshin clone is a game where you roam around the map collecting materials, fighting monsters, opening chests, and collect waifus with thick thighs, then yeah, it's a Genshin clone. Though that also means The Witcher 3 is a Genshin clone. Therefore, what will I be doing in Arknights Enfield? Without spoiling the story, you play as the administrator and are expected to explore a part of the planet that has not yet been discovered. On the way, you're going to meet the various threats on the planet, collect resources, more about that later, collect equipment for your characters, and meet all kinds of animal-featured people. That's right, all people in the Arknights universe have animal features or demon or angel features. Alright, so what are the specificities of Enfield over its various competitors? In no particular order, you have 3 characters directly following you, you have a whole factory system to manage, more about that later. It is made by a company that actually knows how to make interesting battles rather than always adding more and more stats and calling it a day, and you can climb on walls. Speaking of which, is Arknights Enfield open world? Yesn't. The game has zones to it, big zones, think of it as Pokemon Legends Arceus, but no gigantic unique world. Do I need to play the first Arknights to enjoy Enfield? This one is a bit tricky to answer. I myself haven't played the beta enough to know this, unfortunately, so even though the two games are deeply connected, Enfield taking place in the future but on a different planet, I know Hypergriff didn't make it, so you have to play the first game to enjoy Enfield. But what you may mostly enjoy is the hype around it. Let me explain. In Arknights, you play the characters from a land ship called Rhodes Island. In Enfield, Rhodes Island is just a faction like many others, but they apparently found a way to clone? Reincarnate? Anyway, characters from Rhodes Island, so from the first game, to Enfield. These characters are called Reconveners, and there's currently 5. Snowshine, formerly known as Aurora, Levatine, formerly known as Surtur, Gilberta, formerly known as Angelina, Ardelia, formerly known as Yafiala, and Pogranishnik, formerly known as Helga. Now, why am I telling you all this? Simply because if you haven't played the first Arknights and the new Reconvener gets announced on stream, you might not share the same euphoria as every Arknights player who finally get to play their favorite character in 3D, and instead you might simply wonder, why are you all freaking out? It's just a snow bunny? Speaking about Arknights, what is Arknights? Arknights is a tower defense gacha game developed by Hypergriff and unfortunately managed by Yoastar outside China. It is free to download on mobile or on emulators, and it should even get a PC client soon. So naturally the next question is Arknights good? Well, excluding the bald guy.
In case you didn't play Arknights and you're wondering if you missed anything, just go play Plants vs. Zombies. It's like Arknights, but it actually has a good story and it's fun to play.
Literally everyone and their grandma are posting a new video every week glazing Arknights. Hell, the game even ranked 2nd place in the highest revenue gacha game not too long ago. It even has its own fucking anime with 3 seasons. So yeah, it is an incredible game that simply may have a bad rep for having chibi models, but the depth of this game, from its story, its mechanics, its game modes, its amount of characters and possible strategies with them, its chicken thighs, everything about the game is great. But don't just take my words or anybody else's on YouTube for it, and try it for yourself. But of course, I mentioned collecting earlier, so is Arknights Enfield a gacha game like its predecessor? Well, yes, just like the original Arknights, Arknights Enfield is a gacha game, but it's one of those gacha games where the gacha is kinda secondary and the rest of the gameplay is more important. If Enfield follows the same direction as Arknights, then it should be easily beatable even for lower difficulty operators. For example, one absolute madman clears even the hardest Arknights stages with only 4 stars, while some people struggle with entire teams of 6 stars. Even though the dupes in Enfield are more impactful than the original Arknights, they are still not as impactful as, say, Genshin Impact for example. But I understand, you're playing a gacha game and want to pull for shiny new stuff, so I know what you're thinking. Is Arknights Enfield generous with gacha currency? That I unfortunately can't answer, but the original Arknights is known for being one of the most generous gacha game out there, though this is mainly due to the fact that dupes in the game are mostly worthless and there's no weapon gacha, both unlike Enfield, but I still trust Hypergriff with this. You mentioned a factory system? Yes, Arknights Enfield has a system called the Automated Industry Complex, or AIC for short, and according to the developers, this factory should should be around 50% of the game, though they did announce they are going to make it simpler for people who don't particularly enjoy this part of the game, most notably with the blueprint feature. Basically, you will build a factory, craft your materials with the system, and will get passive resources every day when you log in. And with all these questions answered, you're all more than ready to jump into Arknights Enfield. The game launches on January the 22nd this year. This is not sponsored at all, I'm just eagerly waiting for the game, like a lot of people in the original Arknights community. So if you want to try the game, feel free to download it, and see you over the frontier.